The trek starts from the village of Lukla at a modest altitude of 2,800 meters on a 10 days walk to the base camp of Mount Everest at an elevation of 5,400 meters. The journey started with a 40 minutes flight from Kathmandu to the world's highest airport, Lukla. Lukla is a small town in the Kumbhu region of northeast Nepal, which is served by the Tensing Hillary Airport, which has a very short and steep airstrip, often compounded by hazardous weather resulting in the most dangerous airport in the world. The airport was built in 1964 under the supervision of Edmund Hillary. There are daily flights between Lukla and Kathmandu during daylight hours in good weather. Although the flying distance is short, rain commonly occurs in Lukla while the sun is shining brightly in Kathmandu. High winds, cloud cover, and changing visibility often mean flights can be delayed or the airport closed. Our trekking started from Lukla to Phagding. On the same day evening we have reached Lukla. The journey took around 4 hours along the banks of Dudh Kosi River. The walk from Phagding to Namche Bazaar starts easy following the Dudh Kosi River valley, surrounded by pine and rhododendron forest. But after a few hours' walk, the uphill climbing started and the trekking became too difficult and the pace decreased drastically. On the way, we have to cross Dudh Kosi River many times using the suspension bridges. Crossing the suspension bridges is sometimes easy, but some ones are really scaring. Namche Bazaar is a small town in the Kumbhu region of northeastern Nepal at an elevation of 3,440 meters, which is known as the land of Sherpas. Sherpas, known as the mountain people, migrated from the Tibetan province of Kham to the uninhabited Solu-Kumbhu region of Nepal in the 16th century because of warfare. Growing wheat and forest resources provided the foundation for first Sherpa inhabitants. The Everest summit was confirmed as the highest point in the world in 1865. In 1953, Sherpa Tenzing Norgay with Sir Edmund Hillary conquered Everest, which ignited the flow of trekkers and climbers to the Solu-Kumbhu region of Nepal. The Chinese takeover of Tibet in 1950 also effectively cut off trade with Tibet, turned more Sherpas' focus on the economic prospects of mountaineering. Trekking to many places in the Kumbhu region is almost impossible without the help of Sherpas. After the tough 2 days trek from Lukla, a much-deserved rest day is necessary to acclimatize our body to adjust with the high altitude. The common activity to do in the rest day is to visit the Everest View Hotel, which holds the Guinness record for the highest luxury hotel in the world, which is situated at an altitude of 3,880 meters. We will get a spectacular view of Everest from Everest View Hotel. The trek from Namche Bazaar to Tenboche will take 5 to 8 hours depending on our fitness level. It begins with an easy level ground walk, then downhill, and finally a 2 to 3 hours tough uphill climb. Scaling this mountain will be surprisingly difficult due to lack of oxygen and a steep uphill walk. Tengbo Che is a village located at an altitude of 3,867 meters. The largest Buddhist monastery in the Kumbhu region is located in Tengbo Che. The bakery in Tengbo Che claims to be the highest bakery in the world. The walk from Tengbo Che to Dingbo Che starts gently walking down, but soon after the uphill climb will start, and most of the day we have to walk along the ridges above the river valley. At this height, many people will suffer headaches, dizziness and shortened breath due to lack of oxygen, and sometimes vomiting and increased heart rate. The trek guide will check our oxygen level and heartbeat rate on every night to make sure that we are fit to climb ahead. Dingbo Che is a beautiful village located in the Chokong Valley at an elevation of 4,530 meters on the shores of Inja River. Usually, trekkers will spend 2 nights in Dingbo Che to get their bodies acclimatized with the low oxygen, cold weather, and high altitude. The main income for Dingbo Che and the villages above are tourist facilitation. The daytime activity on the rest day will be hanging around the village and climbing to the nearby mountain. From this mountain, we will get an overview of the Dingbo Che village and a clear view of surrounding mountains like Nuptse, Armadablam, Lusa, Island Peak, etc. The view of Armadablam from this mountain is mind-blowing. In fact, the most beautiful mountain on this trek route is Armadablam.
Yeah.
One go, only
I
one.
can't believe it. Yeah, I was watching
Yeah, I
it.
know, this one. This is why.
Yeah, he got a card from before. Yeah.
I've got metrics. Oh!
You have to beat that.
I don't know.
The next 2 days' trek is from Dingbo Che to Lobukhi and then to Gorakshep after an overnight stay on Lobukhi. Most of the people affected by altitude mountain sickness on this route. We can see many rescue helicopters flying to evacuate trekkers who have affected with serious altitude mountain sickness or any kind of accidents. Gorakshep is a frozen lakebed covered with sand at an elevation of 5,164 meters, situated at the edge of the ridge on Kumbhu Glacier. This village is only for tourist facilitation, and during the winter season, the inmates will go back to their original villages around Namche Bazaar. The final push to Everest Basecamp from Gorakshep is around 4 kilometers, but it is dangerous and difficult due to the altitude and structure of the trekking route. It will take up to 4 hours to reach. And finally we have reached Everest Basecamp, and some people enjoyed their achievement by dancing and screaming. For me, this is a small step towards my dream to conquer Everest. The Everest Base Camp is situated at an elevation of 5,364 meters on Kumbhu Glacier, nearby the infamous Kumbhu Icefall. Kumbhu Icefall is one of the most dangerous stages in Everest climbing. Due to the structure of Everest, it is not visible from the base camp. On the next day, after summiting Gorakshep Peak, we have started our journey back to Lukla, and then to Kathmandu.